Hey guys, how you doing? WK Kanji here, and I hope you're all having a great day today. A few weeks ago I covered the topic of Gohan potentially getting a new form in Dragon Ball Super Superhero. I gave ideas and theories as to what it could be and how a new form for Gohan might work. But as we've got so much closer to the release date for the new Dragon Ball movie, coming June 11th in Japan, and sometime early August for the rest of the world, or at least the Western Hemisphere, it seems as though there may have actually been a leak for a new Gohan transformation. Before we get into all that, if you enjoyed the video, please remember to leave a like on it as it really does help the channel out. Subscribe for more Dragon Ball content in the future, and hit the bell for notifications to be informed of every new upload on the channel. Also leave a comment down below and let me know what you think of this potential leak. Do you think it suggests a new form for Gohan? And do you like it? I'd love to know what you guys think. But with all that being said, let's get into this news of the potential leak. Dragon Ball Heroes has always given us new forms, transformations, and characters, sometimes whether we want them or not. But when there is a new source material coming out for Dragon Ball, whether it's movies, show, or whatever, Heroes always tends to deliver some promotional cards and characters. Usually these cards, characters, and sometimes even moves, get revealed early in magazines, shops getting promotional images, etc. on the outside of boxes, blah blah blah. And all these things often get leaked. Usually, it isn't really a big deal, as the things that get leaked from Heroes are often just predictable transformations that you would have assumed characters might get, such as Broly getting Super Saiyan 4, Goku getting a Berserk form, etc. The list goes on. But what is interesting about this is now we're close to the release of Superhero, the Dragon Ball Heroes merchandise for the film has started to appear bit by bit. Perhaps it would have been more boatload and everything kind of coming at once, but obviously due to the Toei hack and the movie getting delayed, it doesn't surprise me that we're only really getting it bit by bit at the moment. But here's the big news, Gohan has a new card, appearing to be in what looks like his ultimate form, but wearing the Piccolo clothes. I want to point out that this isn't new for Heroes, he has worn the Piccolo attire in previous cards, however it usually sports a blue wrap belt instead of a red one. The red wrap belt shows that this is a new image because Gohan hasn't worn the red wrap belt before, at least not since he was a kid. And it supports units that feature Piccolo and Pan. Obviously this proves that it's a new card and it's not just a recycled one doing the rounds again. What's cool about this is it also suggests that Pan will actually be fighting alongside of her dad and Piccolo in the film, which might not be a surprise for many of you, but I think some people were really thinking she'd probably just be a catalyst to get the fight started via kidnapping, etc., rather than actually fighting herself, outside of training with Piccolo anyway. Which gets us into this because this card features a blue light god ki aura, very similar to Trunks' Super Saiyan Rage form. We also see a very distinct shine of his character model. This usually indicates that they do depict a new form or a fresh transformation as such, they want to make it look impactful. However, it's also just sometimes an artistic way of showing a shine from his aura, but once again this suggests that the aura is not just a background pattern and it's actually a feature of the character model on the card. In the previous video that I did regarding Gohan getting a new form, I theorized as to what sort of transformation Gohan could achieve beyond his ultimate form. As back in the Zamasu arc, the fact that Trunks, a hybrid Saiyan, achieved Super Saiyan Rage, especially one associated with Rage, and let's be fair, Gohan has a history of being a very ragey boy, it made sense that this could be a form that Gohan could achieve sometime down the line, or at least a version of. Given that Gohan's ultimate form doesn't focus on rage boosts at all, it's interesting to see this particular blue aura around him. Could this be a result of powering up and having learned God Ki? Perhaps not necessarily using God Ki, but having been exposed to it. Trunks had this aura in his rage form once he was aware of God Ki, even though he hadn't been trained to use it per se. He had trained with Vegeta in the woods fighting his blue form, and Gohan had fought Goku in his blue form prior to the Tournament of Power when they were training. It makes sense that Gohan's potential new form would be something similar to that, perhaps using the blue aura. Personally, I'm fine with the idea of them doing this, and if anything, I actually think it's really cool. I like that Trunks had his unique form with the Super Saiyan hair in the blue aura, and I like that Goku and Vegeta are being given unique forms, whether it's Blue Evolved, Ultra Instinct, Ultra Ego, Blue Kaioken, etc. And I like the idea that Gohan may get a boost to his ultimate form where he keeps the black hair and all the same sort of look, but then gets the blue aura around him. I think it shows progression of his transformation and his training. I don't think Ultimate Gohan back in Z was ever really supposed to be a form that was intended to be surpassed by him. I think it was really supposed to be a full stop, as explained by the Elder Kai when given that. He did say you wouldn't need to use Super Saiyan or anything, it just unlocked all of his potential. However, with Dragon Ball Super backtracking on all of that and suggesting that he's slacked on his training, it then sort of opened the door, because he stopped being able to use the ultimate form back in Resurrection F, it did then open the door for him to then gain more transformations going forward, or potentially using a different version of the ultimate form. I do think the original idea of him having the ultimate form and it being surpassed kind of goes against the point of the transformation, however, it's Dragon Ball Super and everything kind of works differently now. Also, fusing Ultimate Gohan and another technique or the transformation isn't impossible, just the fact that he has the ultimate technique doesn't necessarily mean that he can't fuse it with another technique, like God Ki for instance. Sadly, when it comes to explaining how these transformations work, is not really something that modern Dragon Ball tends to be very good at, or really even attempt to do. Rage Trunks' appearance was never really explained beyond that of Trunks got very angry and got a power boost. There's not an explanation for the blue aura or anything, but I think given its similarity to the Super Saiyan Blue aura, the implication is very strong that it's acquired from fighting with warriors utilizing God Ki. Not necessarily using God Ki himself, but sort of being exposed to it. This would explain the reason as to why Gohan would be able to do this, even if he hadn't been training with Beerus and Whis and using God Ki. He still has knowledge of what God Ki is, no matter how minimal, and the exposure to it may be the only requirement to utilize it in some way, shape or form. But what do you guys think? Do you like the idea of him getting a new form? Or variant of his ultimate form? Or do you hope he doesn't have a new form in the film and that this is just some sort of pattern in the background? Again, I really don't think that that is the case. I do think that this is a new transformation, or at least an upgrade to his ultimate form. But I do think the thing to remember is whether you like it or not, Toei are bound to churn out transformations left, right and center because it sells toys, figures and merchandise. Given this, it really should be expected, but that doesn't mean you have to like it. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Please remember to leave a like if you enjoyed the video and subscribe for future content from WK Kanji, and hit the bell for notifications of new uploads. And until we meet again, bye!